Endurance monsters like Greenland sleigh dogs, Arctic wolf packs, and African wild dogs never require a carb top-up during their hunting endeavors. They never stop for a Coke, energy bar, or a banana. They are completely reliant on their metabolism through the glucagon hormone for harvesting blood sugar from their fat reserves. This is where we as humans come into our own as hunter-gatherers. Our DNA never intended us to be omnivores or herbivores. The penalty by DNA for becoming an omnivore or a herbivore, like a pig or an ape, is diabetes, only seen amongst carnivores. Now, as you progress through your day, remind yourself of last night's dinner and feel confident that you have eaten what is required to make it comfortably through to dinner time tonight. Now prepare each dinner as a weapon in your defense against the most daunting enemy of all diets, carbohydrate addiction or so-called hunger. Now, as stated before, hunger is not an energy deficiency, but a withdrawal symptom of carbohydrate addiction and the first sign of diabetes stalking you. A very important point which has been completely misrepresented by the diet community is the concept of fasting and intermittent fasting. Fasting becomes relevant when discussing single meals a day or feed only once daily. True fasting only comes into play once you exceed the time one meal can provide energy plus 24 hours. Now that implies that your metabolism runs completely on body reserves for 24 hours thereafter. Then you are in fasting mode, not a moment before. Now therefore, a medium-sized 3-course, high-fat, low-carb meal can comfortably provide 1 to 2 days worth of nutrients and energy. You'll still run on that meal after 24 to 48 hours, so fasting will only commence 48 to 72 hours after you ate your meal. This is your 5th week into crossover. You're almost halfway to diet bliss. Now focus on the main criteria. Decrease your meal size, shift slowly to higher fat and lower carbohydrate menus, and slow cook your meals. If taste and ambiance are more important than good health, you will experience that a high-fat diet will change your perceptions in that regard. Now your carb-driven depression and low motivation will subside and your spirit will lift its wings. Almost time to fly. Now consider the crossover as the final conversion to the best possible beneficial position you can attain from the DNA structures you have. Some systems have been damaged and others have been neglected, but allow those still working to come to your rescue. Acknowledge the fact that to regain advantage over addictive nutrients and their cronies, you must gradually leave the carbohydrate scene with as little disturbance as possible. The major challenge in our journey will be to resist the mainstream, media-driven wealth industry pumping non-science into your diet world and playing by the rule of heads we win, tails you lose. Remember, the crossover is to permanently convert your feeding routine to a once-off dinner meal. So don't take it too lightly or think it's easy. The more time you give your metabolism to shift, the stronger it will be in your new diet strategy. It took you a lifetime to get where you are. Intermittent or multi-feeding and returning to basics will take some perseverance. Now you've progressed through 40% of the crossover phase during these weeks and negotiated the discomfort zone where lunch, about to merge into dinner, and breakfast arrived at lunchtime. All in-between feedings have disappeared by now, and your reliance on last night's dinner has stretched out to around 12 o'clock or 18 hours beyond. If you do not feel confident to keep going, then stay put for another week if necessary. Otherwise, move on. Next up is week 6, where we enter the realm of hungry no more and total control of your weight and energy supply. We will discuss the true significance of ketones and compare them to glucose as preferred brain energy source. Now guys, remember to subscribe and I'll see you next time.